Over 200 members of the Samoan community in Aotearoa gathered at the Lemauta o Samoa last week in South Auckland's Mangere to discuss the Citizenship Bill. They shared their views of Acting Prime Minister Wauwasa Manaia Winston Peters and the New Zealand First Party. Grace Fever was there and has the story.
The Samoa Citizenship Bill aims to restore a pathway to New Zealand citizenship for a group of people born in then Western Samoa between 1924 and 1949, whose citizenship was revoked by the Citizenship Western Samoa Act of 1982. Peters has previously stated that New Zealand First will continue to support the bill all the way, but they would like to see some adjustments. Mr. Peters highlighted that in a previous discussion with the Samoan Prime Minister, Fiame Naomi Mataafa, on the matter, when he asked what the Samoan government's view was on the issue, Fiame responded that it was an issue for the New Zealand government.
In a recent discussion with Prime Minister Fiame in Samoa, I asked her, Prime Minister, what is the view of the Samoan government? Which she said, it is an issue for the New Zealand government, which we respect.
However, according to Mr. Peters, it is a concern for the governments in the Pacific of the people leaving. He said the New Zealand government will continue to support to keep the economies in the Pacific alive.
All around the Pacific there's a concern of people leaving, and we are very focused as a government on ensuring we do our utmost to keep the economies in the Pacific alive, to keep their people and their populations going forth with confidence into the future.
Mr. Peters said they helped keep the bill alive.
When this matter came before Parliament, while we found out what people's feelings were and their intentions were, and how many it would include, we did not vote it down. We were the ones that supported it to go to a select committee and keep it alive.
Pacific Forum Leaders Coordinator Te Le'iai Edwin Puni says it is not a race issue, it is about fairness and justice.
This is not a race issue. It is about fairness and justice. The unfair treatment of Samoans that were born between 1924 to 1949, denying the right to New Zealand citizenship, continues to exist today, only to be taken away by a hasty amendment in legislation. The argument then that 100,000 Samoans at the time will leave and all come to New Zealand is another act of colonial mindset.
Te Le'iai said the biggest challenge to Pacific people is not being connected, that affects their well-being, and hopes it is a start to a new era.
The biggest challenge to many New Zealanders of Samoan and Pacific ethnicity is in a non-connectedness with the thinking of government, city councils, local boards and their agencies. As a result, many New Zealanders of Pacific ethnicity tend not to participate in significant matters that affect their well-being.
New Zealand First Deputy Leader Shane Jones was the ambassador a decade ago in the Pacific Islands, where he met a number of Pacific leaders. To do the right thing is at the foundation of their political party.
I met a number of your leaders, a number of you here today. The desire, as we say in Māori, the nana, the passion to do the right thing is at the foundation of our political party.
Mr. Jones reminded the community about a Samoan church in Hamilton. 4 years ago, while working with Sir William Seal, were provided assistance from the Provincial Growth Fund from 2017 to 2020. He hopes that if it were to come back, the community will reciprocate that aroha back.
In Ka Heretaunga, Hamilton, particular Samoa, when we worked with William Seal, we're supported with financial assistance from the Provincial Growth Fund of 2017-2020. In the event we have the chance to do that again, remember to give the aroha to Matua Shane Jones, okay?
Against the backdrop of the passing of the Māori king, Kingi Heitia, and the death of the RSC workers who died in a car crash, Winston Peters shared his condolences.
Can we pass on our condolences to the very sad deaths of the RSC workers recently, coming up from Tauranga? Pass on our condolences to their families and to say to their fellow workers we'll do all we can, both here and in Samoa, to lighten their present burden.
And Shane Jones also acknowledged the Samoan community for their respects to Kingi Tuheitia.
Thank you very much for acknowledging the passing of King Tuheitia. All of Pacifica, right back to the day of Princess Tepuea, before the Second World War, acknowledged the special status in New Zealand